Hi everybody, my name is Vedran and I'm CEO and founder of Revuto, and in this very important video I'm gonna talk about how we plan to do an equity fundraise on Bitcoin network via selling an Ordinals. So when it comes to fundraising, we decided to raise some more funds because we want to launch virtual debit cards, which are our core feature within the Revuto ecosystem. And it's a traditional financial instrument, which is really expensive to run. We want to fund that through equity fundraise. For those who didn't follow the Revuto before, I have to say that 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, we really had exceptional ICO on Cardano network when we managed to raise decent amount of money, $10 million, literally in minutes. We were overwhelmed with the response from the community. And in that fundraise, all investors were retail investors. So we only did one VC deal, which was a crypto VC, local one, and behind their ticket were again retail investors. So no VCs so far, and we didn't do an equity fundraise so far. But again, now the reason why we are doing this is to launch virtual debit cards, which are really important and key product within our ecosystem. And when we do that, it's gonna start the whole flywheel of creating the demand for the REVU token and everything else that we have within the Revuto ecosystem. So please go and see our other videos where I explain what kind of features within the Revuto ecosystem we have and why this is such a great product to help people actively manage their subscriptions and save money on paying for those subscriptions. So when it comes to virtual debit cards, and there is a great video about that too, we need to put money on settlement accounts with our banking provider. Meaning that we need to pre-fund those accounts for the users to be able to use virtual debit cards to pay for something. And those requirements are not small, they're getting steeper and steeper with time, and especially when it comes to crypto, because there are two separate flows of money, how you need to fund those settlement accounts for each of those flows. One is when you opt to top up virtual debit cards with fiat money, meaning you're gonna be topping up then with your personal debit or credit cards, maybe you're going to be using business cards as well. And then there is a second flow of funds when you opt to top virtual debit cards with crypto. Behind all that is a settlement account for each of those flows of money. We need a certain amount of funds to pre-fund those settlement accounts because in any case, those settlement accounts cannot be empty, meaning we're not going to be able to actually put money on the IBAN account, on the ledger account behind the virtual debit cards. So there were two ways how we can actually fundraise to launch this feature as soon as possible. The first way is to try to talk to VCs and to sell them equity in the company, maybe give them some REVU tokens, and then to fund the setup. Or we can actually again, talk to our community and talk or actually present the Revuto to crypto community in general, and then find a way how to fund this business and launch the core product. In the company, we were talking about what we can do, and at the moment, as we all know, the crypto is not on a very VCs don't look at crypto they're not big fans of crypto or crypto-related projects. So it's a bit tricky to raise money with them. And as we have aspirations actually to go multi-chain and to support other than crypto-native tokens within our ecosystem, so other tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and etc., we decided to actually do a fundraise in a really unique way. And that is by selling Ordinals on Bitcoin network. So what that means, selling Ordinals? Ordinals are nothing more than, people call them NFTs on a Bitcoin network. Why is that unique? Because as you may already know, the Bitcoin was the first blockchain network launched, and it's pretty, I wouldn't say obsolete, but it's not technically so advanced as other layer 1 blockchains, meaning you cannot do much on blockchain network, even do smart contracts. So on other layer 1 or layer 2 blockchains, it's easy to mint NFTs and you can mint them as much as you can. But now people find a way how to mint NFTs on a Bitcoin network, and they call them ordinals. They're unique because they're minted within the block, meaning that you're limited by the supply of the Bitcoins that are going to be minted on a Bitcoin blockchain, and meaning that also there's going to be limited number of those ordinals if people decide to mint them. When it comes to how we plan to do it, so we said, we're going to do it, we're going to offer 3 types of ordinals for the people to actually invest in our company. This is important to understand. This is an equity fundraise, meaning that Revuto is going to be giving the owners of those ordinals percentage of the equity in Revuto projects. Also, there's going to be a small kickback in Revu token, helping them to actually get back their investment as soon as possible. So what we plan to do 3 rounds, and then the first round is going to be, 3 rounds, probably on the same day. We're going to, for each round, make 499 ordinals. The first one are going to be sold for $2,000 in Bitcoin. This 499 is going to be sold for $1,000 and the last for $500. So what that means? There's going to be just 499 ordinals selling for $2,000, giving people equity in our company. So we decided to actually sell 8% of the company through this setup. When it comes to valuation, how much we evaluate our company, those who are going to be buying these ordinals are going to get discount on the equity that they get for the $2,000. And that discount is going to be 15%. The second round, we're going to offer them 10% of a discount, and in the third round, for $500, there's not going to be discount. Still, when it comes to a kickback, how much we give them back, those investors in Revu tokens, they're going to, in this case, they're going to get 15% back in Revu. In this round, 10% back in Revu, and here also 10%. So all investors are going to get kickback in Revu tokens. What that means? So if somebody is going to invest in Revuto by buying ordinal for $2,000 and get equity in the company by discounted valuation, is going to get 15% back in Revu tokens. 15% in this case is $300 back in Revu token. Why, again, is this important? Revu token can go up in price when we launch virtual debit cards, meaning that only if the price goes something more than 6x up, they're going to get return on their investment. In this case is 10x, and in the last one is 10x. We believe that this is really achievable because we did the tokenomics and everything really conservative. So at the moment, not just the price of the token, but the market cap of our token is really low. So there is really a lot of space for our token to grow in the future. Also, this setup, again, is going to help us actually to launch virtual debit cards, which we can do in a short period of time because we already are fully compliant to do so within the European Economic Area. We partnered, and technically integrated with our acquiring company, card issuing partner, and banking provider. Also, we obtained e-money license from the Bank of Lithuania to do so. So when it comes to equity, all of these ordinals are going to be directly connected to the stock purchase agreement, which is going to be on the Dropbox folder, directly connected to the specific ordinal. Those ordinals, they're going to have a specific artwork, which is going to be really small because all ordinals needs to be less than 100 kilobytes. We're going to put a specific unique artwork. It's going to again be really similar to what we did in the past with those colors schemes. We're going to present all of this to our unique webpage. We're going to explain all how the ordinals are going to work. But this is really something unique because this is going to be the first fundraise on a Bitcoin network, equity fundraise. Also, there is not going to be limit of how much those ordinals one person can get, but there's going to be whitelisting. We're going to announce when we're going to open the whitelisting. People are going to be able to leave their Bitcoin addresses and email addresses, and then everything is going to also be connected to Revuto app. So all those who are going to plan to invest and help us to launch this cool feature and the product out, they're going to have to register with the Revuto app, and then they're going to get instructions through the Revuto app how they're going to actually invest in those ordinals. Once when people get those ordinals, they're going to be able to keep them, trade them all the way until there is going to be an exit event, meaning either Revuto is going to be acquired by somebody or Revuto is going to go to IPO. Also, there is a potential of raising the next round. We don't know. So even if that happens before that event, then we're going to actually dox all the owners of those ordinals, meaning that they're going to have to send those ordinals to specific Bitcoin address to us, and then we're going to send them the stock purchase agreement with exactly their names, the details of owner of those ordinals. Before that, everything is going to be decentralized and in a way anonymous, meaning that anybody can actually buy those ordinals. One last thing, so we plan to do altogether 1,500, meaning there is still one left for each round, and that one ordinal for each round, we're going to call them Grand Revuto Ordinal, meaning that people are going to be able to bid for them. The lowest price for bidding for all three of those is going to be $5,000. We're going to see if we're going to be able to sell those. And there's going to be also the ceiling until how much they can bid. But those people who are going to be bidding for those grand ordinals are going to be asked to join our team in person, to sit with us, to talk about everything, and then they're going to be representing all the community which invested in our equity round by allowing them to get one board seat in a Revuto company, again, to present all the community that invested in Revuto. All the details, Q&A and everything, additional information is going to be available on our webpage. We plan to launch that in April, and we're going to see how it's going to go. But again, we are expecting good response, especially because this setup is very unique. It's something that nobody did in the past. Yeah, it's something that is gonna allow people not to have our own tokens, but also to have ownership in Revuto project and be part of that whole journey and possibly even the history later on, because again, Revuto plans to change how we subscribe with services and change the subscription economy in general. There are a lot of videos that I did in the past explaining not only about the features, but about why we chose to do so, to connect in a way Web3 technology and Web3 space, crypto space, with the traditional financial instrument like debit cards and which is a fintech product. We believe that we have a really awesome real-world use case for the Web3 technology. We call ourselves RealFi in terms of crypto because we connect crypto liquidity with real business use case. Revuto is, although we have our own token and everything, we have a sustainable business model because we have several revenue streams on which we plan to earn money besides of the token and the tokenomics. And we believe that we have a really awesome business that we can build, which can again bring really great returns to our investors. For now, this is all about the Ordinals and our fundraising campaign. Thank you for your time.
If you like Revuto and think our videos are cool and informative, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss out on any of our new videos. Thank you.